Now, starting Spatial XR-AI interfaces, a speaker presentation by Rashad Mohammed, an XR developer, creative technologist, and computer science master student at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rashad, and tonight, I'm incredibly excited to talk about what I see is the next major leap in how we interact with technology, which is the marriage of spatial computing, or XR, and artificial intelligence. We'll be exploring these new spatial AI interfaces and how these two powerful tech modalities are merging to create experiences that are more intuitive, helpful, and human-centric than ever before. I'll try to keep this presentation brief so we have time for more questions and engagement. So before we dive in, let me quickly introduce myself in detail. I'm a lead VR developer and a creative technologist. I have over 8 years of experience working AR, VR, embedded, and the robotics domain. My work has spanned several industries, from developing immersive learning modules for veterinary graduate students at the Illinois College of Veterinary Medicine to creating display software for tractors at John Deere and CNH Industrial. I'm also just a few months away from graduating with my master's degree in computer science from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I'd like to say I'm truly passionate about these fields, and I was honored to be part of award-winning teams at the Hugging Face Lay Robot Worldwide Hackathon and MIT Reality Hack earlier this year. So what's on the agenda for the next few minutes? First, we'll explore what makes the combination of spatial tech and AI so special to begin with. Then I'll walk you through 3 paradigms that I believe will define this new landscape, which are XR AI assistants, companions, and advocates. So what's special about spatial plus AI? To understand where we are going, it helps to see where we have been. The way we interact with computers has constantly evolved. We began with stable click-based desktop interface core experience. The desktop's core functionality is straightforward, which is to observe and point, utilizing inputs like mouse and pointer input to interact with alternatives presented on the screen, which is like pretty simple stuff in retrospect. Then our world became mobile with the deferred tactile touch interface, which is built on the direct manipulation of the last paradigm, but with touch and its gestures, such as scaling an image, swiping down for notifications, and up for home, etc. Also in here, the UI should never compete with the user's content. Instead, it should recede into the background using translucency and subtle materials, leaving the content to become the star. Now we are entering the era of spatial experiences. And the key factor that changes everything is depth. We are no longer interacting with flat screens. We're interacting with digital information woven into the fabric of the physical world. I'm sure most of you know what this is. This is the predominant interface to interacting with AI, which is text-based interaction paradigm that could be interacted with on your desktop or on your phone. But it is simply perplexing when you want to transpose that interface onto a spatial dimension, which could be illustrated something like this, which makes like traditional interfaces feel clunky. It's not natural to point, click, type at something like this that feels like it's right there with you. At least not yet, in my opinion. This is why Designing or developing for XR typically recommends some form of conversational element. It's simply more intuitive to talk to your environment. And this is where AI becomes the essential bridge, allowing us to interact with digital content as naturally as we interact with each other. Although exceptions can exist depending on the use case of your application. Which brings us to our first paradigm, the XR AI assistant. Think of this as like a task oriented helper. Its goal is to provide situated, context aware guidance to augment your skills and boost your productivity. It's not there to do the work for you, rather, it will help you to do it better. So, a perfect example of this is DuckSite, which is a XR AI assistant for self reliant education. It's a conversational partner that guides students through coding problems without offering direct solutions. This approach encourages users to think critically and solve issues on their own, avoiding over reliance on AI based solutions. And on the other side, in the industrial world, you have tools like Eon Assistant. This provides real time personalized guidance for the enterprise sector, which uses immersive and augmented simulations of real world scenarios to accelerate skill acquisition and improve knowledge retention for complex industrial jobs. Next, let's talk about XR AI companions. Unlike assistants, which are task focused, companions are socially oriented. Their purpose is to offer companionship and emotional support, creating a genuine sense of connection and co presence. So, a great example of this is Niantic's game Peridot, which is a virtual pet companion. The experience revolves around raising unique magical creatures in a real world AR environment. It uses generative AI to allow the creatures to react to the real world, which deepens the user's sense of bonding and companionship. And taking this a step further is Tyke AI, which is a human centric companion. This is a customizable avatar designed for relational interaction through open ended conversations and shared activities. By leveraging mixed reality pass through, it can sit on your actual sofa, which can create a powerful sense of co presence that could foster a deeper and more personal connection. Our final paradigm to cover is XR AI Advocate. Now, I'll admit this category is still in its early days, and many of these ideas seem more conceptual at this point. But it represents a fascinating and proactive direction for this technology. An advocate anticipates users' need and offers unsolicited but expert advice to guide decision making and even encourage behavioral change. So, for instance, imagine an accessibility recommender. This tool would proactively analyze a physical space in mixed reality to identify barriers for people with disabilities. In healthcare, a patient safety advocate could use a patient's context to deliver persuasive real time guidance, like demonstrating the correct way to take medication, thereby actively ensuring their safety. So, for the developers or designers in the audience who are looking to develop more on these interfaces, I would like to briefly touch on how you could start building these experiences. So, the tool of choice would be Unity, which, in my opinion, is the most robust platform for creating XR applications today. And it's one of the easiest ways to develop for the Meta Quest devices, which are greater in number. So some tools within Unity are Convey, which is like a plug and play solution for Unity, though there are limitations on tokens and models. And of course, there's the Meta Horizon OS SDK, which is gives you a ton of flexibility. And keep an eye out on their new AI building blocks set to be released later this year, which should simplify the XR AI application process even further. Of course, Unity isn't the only game in town. There are other fantastic environments like the Unreal Engine for some graphics, high fidelity graphics, or WebXR frameworks like A-Frame if you want to build for the browser. The ecosystem is growing, so it's a great time to find a tool that fits your vision to create XR AI applications. So to summarize our brief journey tonight, first remember that depth is a key factor to creating XR AI applications, and it makes conversational AI so crucial. And second, we have three powerful paradigms, which is the assistant, a task-oriented guide, a companion, which could be a socially oriented friend, or an advocate, which is a proactive expert that looks out for you. I want you to leave with this final thought, which is to building these kinds of applications might seem non-trivial today, that this is the absolutely right time to be jumping into creating these XR AI applications. I believe we are on the cusp of defining the next generation of user interfaces. I believe that by exploring these ideas now, you could be the one to create the next breakthrough application that challenges how we learn, connect, and live in any era in the near future. I also believe the future is spatial and intelligent. And with that, thank you for your time and attention tonight. If you'd like to connect or see more of my work, please feel free to scan the QR codes for my portfolio and LinkedIn profile. I'd also like to thank the organizers, Tapper Technologies, and the Indinomicon Foundation for inviting me to speak at this event. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Want to check out more from the AWE Nite Orlando Immersive Intelligence Lab? Watch more talks and presentations from our incredible XR plus AI innovators. Thanks for watching, and please leave a like.
Nite Orlando.